everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And tonight, is it crypto or real estate or stocks? What are you thinking about, ladies and gentlemen? Passive income is a must in the next 2 to 3 years. And welcome to the SSN Nation Financial Friday Night Live Stream. Welcome again, because Stop Struggling Now gear, check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. Right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you so much for being here. I'm sorry I'm a little bit late tonight, but I just had to do some last minute flights. Got to go back to Cali for a minute. So I had to change something coming back and the dates, and unbelievably, they're sooner and cheaper. Go figure. All right. Anyhow, that's why I got delayed, because I'm leaving early AM in the morning. So once this live stream's over, then I'm probably going to get a nap, so to speak, then got to get on a plane. So nonetheless, we're still making this thing happen. And welcome again to the SSN Nation Friday Night Live Stream. And make sure when you come in, smash that like button. And if you don't do that, then at least you should be able to share the video, because none of that costs. Make sure you let other people know what is in store for them over the next 3 years. We have a lot to talk about tonight. I wanted to talk about those cheap condos in Dominican Republic. Well, Thursday contact, Friday contact, which is today, I can't give you any information. The sales executive, I don't know who's running this joint, but the sales executive on the website didn't contact me. Then today, another person in the organization told me to call another person, tried to reach them, left a message, no response. Then they sent me a Google Drive. And unfortunately, in the Google Drive, I was like, oh my, because I told her I could be a sub-broker or a broker for them. And then I thought the Google Drive, and what's in there, a brochure. I'm like, well, that's what's on the website. I'm like, when's delivery date? They wouldn't give me any information. Talk to the sales guy. I'm like, okay, I don't like how I'm starting off. Hardly any info. Nonetheless, we could talk about that, but I don't know if we're going to get there, because this is not going to be a long one. But down below in the description box, make sure you go over to beachfrontjava.com. Why Beachfront Java? Because it's our own Professor Auntie Val's and family. We have to support our own premium blend coffee and tea, different varieties of coffee. If you like strawberries, or if you like chocolate like me in your coffee, you want those notes, then she has it. You want cinnamon, she has it. You want dark chocolate, she has it. Any type of thing, she has it. There's like 20 different varieties of coffee that you can order. It comes in a Ziploc bag, so it's always fresh. Premium beans, whole bean, drip ground, fine ground for all of you espresso drinkers. And if you have a Keurig, she has that as well. And it starts at a ½ pound up to 5 pounds. And where do you get your beans? If anybody knows coffee, Central America, South America, Africa, Indonesia. Those are the premium blended beans, right? So your choice. But what do you get? First of all, use the promo code SSN Lifestyle. That's right, all caps, SSN Lifestyle. You'll see it in the chat room. And after your first order, then you receive discounts for life. It's starting to get a little chilly at night, depending on where you live. So therefore, it's perfect for that late evening coffee, early morning coffee, and all around time coffee or tea. So go over and show some love with our own Professor Auntie Val. Let me see who's in the house tonight. Up first is George's Charles. The emerging millionaire is back. Welcome to the SSN Nation Financial Friday Night live stream. Very happy to see you once again. He says simply, hey, and I'll put in the extra. He's back. I love it. And we got good news as well. So I'm very, very happy to hear that. And I'm very happy for you, Georges Charles, the emerging millionaire. And Victor Marrero, the new retiree, getting ready to go on his whirlwind tour. Oh my, worldwide. And make sure you bring that drone, which I sure you are. And I want to know if you're going to do that YouTube channel. Let's hear about it so we can start promoting it. So then people will be expecting big things from you, especially when they know your itinerary. It's awesome. And welcome to the SSN Nation Financial Friday Night live stream with that icon next to your name, which I humbly appreciate. And he brings his tagline this evening. Hello, all. And let's do this. And by the way, make sure you get your pen, pads, and papers ready. Where's my pen, pad, and paper? Here we go. We have the pen. We have some pads. We have some paper. You just never know what information might be dropped tonight because I don't know everything. Victor Marrero doesn't know everything. Georges Charles doesn't ever know everything. But together, we know a lot, ladies and gentlemen, even more. So stay tuned. And if you have any questions, we have a chat room. It's open to everybody. Okay, Laverne Penix, another investors in the house, also known in this YouTube street as Mr. Cool. And welcome to the SSN Nation Financial Friday Night live stream with that icon I humbly appreciate. And he brings his tagline this evening. Hello, SSN Nation. I hope everyone is doing well. I received a notification and saw the trailer. That is awesome. Thank you so much for letting me know. Apex 47's in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Financial Friday Night live stream. He brings a tagline. He starts it off with, when's a good time to invest in DR? Do we wait on the interest rates to drop? No, Apex 47. You do not wait for the interest rates to drop. It's simply this. In the Dominican Republic, if you're buying real estate, you cannot get a United States bank to finance it for you. So if you're thinking of something different, which I'll get to in a second since you asked the question, since you have to deal with the Dominican Republic Bank, the interest rate is going to be 8%, 8.5% fixed for maybe 1 year or depending on their promotions, up to 5 years, the longest I've heard. All right. That's the first thing. What happens after 1 year or after 5 years of that fixed 8.5 or 8%? Double digits, my man. 11%, 12%, 13%. And adjustable rate. Yeah, adjustable rate loan. That is crazy. So that is the first thing. So the Dominican Republic, they do reduce their interest rate. It has been going down, but their banks don't operate like here in the United States. Because remember, it's 57, 58 or 59 to 1, and they can't run a deficit like the United States runs a deficit and still be 1 to 1 with the rest of the world. Okay, so they have to do things differently. So no, there will not, the interest rate in America does not affect that. But Apex 47, if you have an asset in America, now that rate reduction can help you. Why? Because some people, we have a few in the SSN Nation who have done this, the refinance money now. If your refinance rate is only 4.5% or lower, then it would make sense to take money out on your existing asset, refi it at a low rate, and then go buy what you want to buy in the DR if you're buying directly. If you're buying pre-construction and you're going to be doing a 2-year or 3-year payment plan or 4-year payment plan with delivery, then all the better, because home prices or any assets are going to increase in price over the next 3 years. So you can sit back and wait. So you might as well do that 0% or 10 or 20% down payment, make 0% payments on pre-construction over the next 3 or 4 years. And then at that time, then you're going to do the same thing. You're just going to refinance in America and use your refinance money to buy or pay off the remaining 40% or 50%. And then that way you avoid this 13%, 8.5%, and all this other crazy number. So hopefully I've covered both of them for you. And you just never know. Maybe somebody else has another bit of advice for you. But let me know if that's what you were asking. So therefore we can, if not, just keep going. Let's go. Victor Marrero says, just curious, you're flying into LAX from ATL. What airline? I'm taking Frontier, man. I'm a VIP with Frontier, so I'm taking Frontier. What airline? How much that last minute ticket cost you? No. The no. It wasn't last minute. So the ticket I was going to come back on the 8th, and then here's the weirdest thing. I don't know what they're doing with ticket pricing. They're doing some dynamic stuff. 2 weeks out, my ticket costs more. So then I was just looking at some things because I was going to do something with some friends. And then they were like, oh, no, we can't do it on these dates. So I was like, well, that's the whole reason I was staying. So I was like, well, then I might as well just come back early. So I just looked tonight right before the live stream. And I was like, let me just see. This is weird. So then I was like, well, wait a minute. It cost me basically $20 more for a 2-week out reservation. And now tonight it's $20 less. So, and it's for 2 people. So then I just rebooked it tonight. And that's why I came on late, because I was like, well, after I do this, the clock ticks over at midnight. I don't want to have the price might increase or whatever. So I said, let me get this started. So they actually gave me a discount. And so it's for next Saturday. Frontier is great for last minute. And the reason I say that is because you have options. What do I mean by that is if you want to fly Frontier, then you have a lot of options. They started doing pricing like everybody else. They started increasing last minute prices, but sometimes the discount den, sometimes it's $150 less. It all depends. But if you're in Orlando, well, there shouldn't be any problems. Hopefully everybody's safe, especially like you, Victor Marrero. You were in the eye of the storm. You were near the storm. How are you and your family? Now that I'm thinking about it, you're in the eye of that storm a little bit, coming in that little panhandle area, coming in off the shore 100 miles or so from the Tampa area, close enough to get winds and the surge. So we know how that goes. But no, just go, just check Frontier for last minute, and especially LAX. LAX also go to Priceline, because Priceline has tickets that they prepaid for, so their prices might be low. But again, these guys are playing in the airline industry now. They're back to, we receive subsidies, we'll get bailed out, so we can do whatever we want. Because I'm going to tell you how I think about it, as any business would think about it. If I have a plane that has 150 seats to 175 seats, and only about 50 or 60 or 70 of my seats are booked, they would rather fly with the empty seats than to give a crash discount, which is mind-boggling when you think about it. But like I said, you can only do that if I know January of next year, the taxpayers who are taking our flights, the taxpayers through subsidies are going to be paying billions of dollars to the airline industry. It's kind of sick when you think about it, but nonetheless, but a DR flight is cheaper. Exactly. Out of Florida, right? Out of Florida, the DR flight is going to be cheaper. So why go to LAX? Go to just mess. No, but that's a fact. Florida has the cheapest flights, other than the only other people that could have a cheaper flight is out of New York, and then Florida, and then Atlanta. It's basically Atlanta. It could be Fort Lauderdale, it could be Miami, it could be Tampa. Well, I don't really know Tampa. It could be Orlando. Those flights and those airports generally cheap, under $100 each way. I'm talking about Frontier though. And then because I don't mind flying for 2-3 hours and then getting off 2-3 hours, getting off, being at my destination. Only the front, they started something new. The front 3 or 4 rows, the seats tilt now. Before, all the seats would just stay upright. Now the first 3 or 4 rows, you can recline a little bit. So that makes it a little better as well. So just saying. Okay, so here we go. Brian P. Mr. Dividend has arrived. He's in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Financial Friday Night live stream with that icon next to your name, which I humbly appreciate. He says, hello, Eric. I hope all is well with you. Yep, it's going good today. Hello, SSN family. Smash that like button. That's exactly right. Make sure you share the videos as well. We need more people to come on over here. You guys don't understand. I keep telling you, go over to Instagram as well. We have the same name. Stop struggling now on Instagram. Stop struggling on Pinterest. Unbelievable. Let's see. Where else? X. Stop. No. X. Struggling now because they won't give me the stop struggling part for some unknown reason. Like I said, man, all these social media platforms drive me crazy. And then we go to Threads. Well, Threads is associated with Instagram. So therefore, stop struggling now. So Facebook group, stop struggling now. Facebook page, stop struggling now. All right. Hopefully that helps everybody out. Now let's get back to the situation at hand. Mr. Dividend, the tagline, and Jawway J's in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Financial Friday Night live stream with that icon next to his name. Another investor is here in the house, ladies and gentlemen. And he brings his tagline, hello, SSN Nation. Happy Friday, everyone. Happy Friday to you. And received notifications, saw the trailer, and he did the trifecta. He smashed the like button as well. Thank you so much for that. And I'm very, very happy to see you. And then Brian P. says, we are making money in here. That's right. And I think somebody's going to start putting some things out there because pen, pad, and paper is needed. You want your 10%. Well, let's start it a different way today. You want to do high risk, high rewards, dividend investing? Well, I'll give you high risk, high rewards. IEP, 25, 23, 22% return on your money. IEP, that's a Carl Icahn Group. It's a conglomerate. It's diversified, but for some reason, stock keeps going like tilting downward, but that means the yield is higher. So you have to do your own due diligence, ladies and gentlemen. That's what you have to do. It's pretty simple. All right. That's one for you. That's in the 20 percentile range. Now we'll get a little softer because I'm a big fan of real estate investment trust, especially when interest rates start coming down, because they get to refinance any properties that they have loans for and at a lower rate potentially. That means more profit to the people that invest. So what do we talk about? ARR, ORC, AGNC. I know. Slow up, right? ARR. A is in Apple. R is in Robert. R is in Robert. ORC. O is in Oscar. R is in Robert. C is in Charles. AGNC. A is in Apple. G is in George. N is in Nancy. C is in Charles. NLY. N is in Nancy. L as in Larry. Y as in you. Need to invest in dividend funds so you can sleep and get that passive income while you're sleeping. All right. That's how we're making money in here, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you do it. Payday for YMAG and YMAX. He means YMAG and YMAX. High risk, high rewards. Once again, you want something a little higher. How about, I hate to even say this. I really do hate to say this because people are going to say, what do you mean 50%? What do you mean 60%? What do you mean 35%? Well, go check out YMAG, YMAX, MAX, which are at yieldmaxetfs.com. Also, down below in the description box, if you still haven't downloaded Robinhood or the Webull app to get your free shares of stock, please do so now. It doesn't cost you anything. Just download the apps. Robinhood and Webull down below. Get yourself started. Open up a brokerage account. You can change it to a 401k-ish like accounts if you want. Transfer money in. Be your own 401k fund manager. Why not? All right. Since it's a payday today, YMAG and YMAX, payday is every Friday. Can you believe that? A stock that gives dividends every Friday. And by the way, Brian P., what were the dividends today? Because since they started this last month, it was 95 cents for the month. And this is the first week, I believe, that a weekly check is coming out. So it should be, I would guess, 20%, somewhere between 20 cents to 23 cents. That's my guess. Let's see how close I'm going to be. All right. Now, if you want something crazy, 35, 45, 55, 65, 75, 85% return because somebody's doing option trading and they get some income from that. And then they have a little bit of money in treasury bonds, earning some little 3% or whatever. But nonetheless, you go check it out yourself. That's yieldmaxetfs.com. And your eyes might start getting wide because you will see some numbers that are ridiculous. And thinking about getting dividends of like $1 per share or 78 or 65 cents per share or $2 per share in some cases, depending on how things went over the last 3 to 4 weeks. But that's the whole point. If somebody tells you it's 75% distribution or return on what you put in via dividend, you would be like, that's not possible. There must be something wrong. Exactly. You need to go check it out yourself to make sure it fits with your investment way. That's what you should do. All right. So that's the other thing. YieldMaxETFs.com. Now, I got the notification and I saw the trailer says Brian P. Thank you. Apex 47. Thanks. Learned a lot. Thank you, man. You know where to come. The right place. If you want to ask something, anything, do not hesitate. We're here to help, ladies and gentlemen. I have lots of friends. We got lots of SS Nation friends in the house that like to help. And speaking of some help, oh my God, Victor Marrero went off tonight. He went off the charts, ladies and gentlemen. I can't believe this. Normally, he puts down 6 or 7 things. Let me just put it to you this way. The 6 or 7 things is normally, I'll just say some of them. VOO, that's a Vanguard Group ETF. All right, that's VOO. Again, make money while you're sleeping is the theme here. Then I always add the G, VOOG. Then he goes SCHD. Then now I remember, I got it this time, Victor Marrero and Brian P. IWMY. That's right, I remember this time, but I always forget the other thing. FEPI. Yep, FEPI, another one. These are all everything you have to check out, ladies and gentlemen. This is stock market. Or is it going to be real estate? Or is it going to be buying into a business that makes money? You decide, but you're going to get left behind over the next, if you don't get in order in the next 3 years, you have to get to 15K plus in your household per month in the next 3 years, because the stock market's going to rise. Cost of living is going to be a lot more in 3 years from now. So just stay tuned. You have to do the seeds now. Plant those seeds now. All right, let's see what Victor Marrero's got going on. These ETFs right here, ladies and gentlemen, paying weekly dividends. Oh, he done brought in the Roundhill and everybody. Let's see here. YMAG, there we go. 17 cents today. YMAX, oh, it was in my range for the YMAX, 22 cents. RDTE, 36 cents. WDTE for everybody on podcast, $2.76 as a weekly dividend. We got to go check out WDTE. That's W is William, D is in David, T is in Tom, E is in Eric. That one. What is this? $2.76 per share. That means that stock must be heavy, must be up there. But anyhow, I see he didn't bring the pain today. Oh, my goodness. So I actually went off on some of the stock symbols that Victor Marrero he affectionately loves. And we all love it as well, because this helps you out. And then Brian P., Mr. Dividend, he throws in his ULTY and the micro strategy MSTY. These are all Yield Max ETFs. If somebody tells you 35, 45, 65% distribution, you got to look, right? You have to look. And Joe Nay is in the house. Another investor is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Financial Friday Night Live Stream with that icon I humbly appreciate next to the name. And he says, got that notification, saw the trailer, and just smashed that like button, gave it a 1 piece. I love it. Thank you so much for letting everybody know. And once again, make sure that you smash the subscribe button if you like what we're talking about. And if you're watching this from around the universe, around other social media platforms, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that follow button. Make sure you hit that heart button. It doesn't matter. Just make sure that you let people know you're in the house. And once again, I am asking humbly if people can go over, sign up for our Instagram at Stop Struggling Now. I mean, it's that simple. Stop Struggling Now is at Instagram. We're doing a test. Reason why I've been on Instagram for, well, a long time. And for whatever reason, we always stay at somewhere between 900 and, well, now it's down to 914 followers. 914, not 9,000, not 90,000, not 900,000, 914. Then it goes up to 919. Then it drops back down to 915, then 917. And that's where it's basically hovers all the time. So I thought it would be kind of cool if I start, when we do the live streams, telling people, hey, go sign up on Instagram, please. Sometimes I put out little messages like today, do the kind thing is what the theme was for the day with the little meme post. So it's just stuff like that, motivational, inspirational, and in between. Maybe every now and then a little funny, but still, it has something to do with something every day. So just make sure you go over there and sign up for our Instagram social media. That'd be greatly appreciated. Now, okay, so let's hear it. Joe Nay. Since you just now showed up, I've been trying to get information, and Joe Nay actually invested in this Vistancia pre-construction condo project, and it was cheap as hell. Well, he got in it. Let's just put it this way. He got a one-bedroom unit for roughly $39,000, so $40,000. It's cheap for him. He got in first phase early, and apparently they're going to include appliances. That's crazy. $40,000 includes appliances. Now, everybody knew no appliances are included. So you're not getting AC, you're not getting your kitchen, you're not getting a stove, a range, a hood, and a refrigerator. That's why this is so cheap. A one bedroom is going to be in the $50,000 range. That is cheap. And then, of course, somebody would say, well, what kind of place is this with? I'm not expecting much. Well, according to them, there's going to be 11 pools on the premises. There's going to be a state-of-the-art fitness room, which state-of-the-art usually means to me free weights and cardio machines for starters. They're going to have a spa, which is interesting because you can have a room and, we'll see how that works out. But here's the kicker. They said clubhouse and restaurant. I like clubhouse. Clubhouse is good. That's always a good thing to say because people like to hear if they buying into a project or anywhere. It doesn't even have to be anything. If you buy into a residential neighborhood and somebody says, hey, we have a clubhouse down the way, people are like expecting clubhouse vibes. They're expecting restaurant, pool, maybe a bar up there, hangout spot with TVs and sports going on Sunday or Saturday or Thursday or Wednesday, and people come to the clubhouse and watch. Hey, that's what I'm thinking. Maybe even a pool table or something up there. I don't know, but we don't know what's going to be. I haven't seen any renderings, but that's what we're talking about. I'm waiting to hear back from them because that would be one hell of a deal. So we'll see. So maybe next week we'll know. All right. So that's where we have to go with real estate. No credit check, no qualifying, no barriers to entry. That's what we like. Just like when you're investing in stock, no credit check, no qualifying, no barriers to entry. You can make money even if you've made mistakes in life because you get penalized for mistakes if you go through the system, as in the government system, being arrested, things like that, or something happened to you when you were 18, 19 years old and you can't ever, pay back society, so to speak. So they always have that in your file. So when they run background checks, you can't get a job that pays a nice salary unless you know somebody, right? So that's what you have to always deal with. I look at it from the perspective of from the lowest man to the highest man. If everybody can qualify, then we're winning, right? Rising tide lifts all boats. So what do we talk about? No credit check, no qualifying, no barriers to entry. And what can you do? You can buy real estate with that. You can buy stocks with that. Those are two major things that increase in value over time. And you can actually make money while you're sleeping. You could be like Mr. Dividend, who has like over 2,000 shares of one of the Yield Max ETF stocks. So when somebody pays like 80 cents and you have a couple thousand shares, $1,600 for the month, that's a pretty good check coming. Not bad for starters, right? That wouldn't be bad while you're sleeping. Dividend. So this is why we do things a little different here. We want you to win. What about starting a business? Okay, no problem. You just need a little bit of money. You can always go the go-to spot. The reason why a lot of places are in Florida, because it's simple. You can go there maybe even right now to sunbiz.org. Go search and see if the LLC that you want in your name is taken, or corporation. And you can actually look it up. And if not, you can actually pay $125 and have your LLC on Monday. I'm just saying. You go get your EIN number too. Maybe you can still get that with the IRS website right now. Doesn't cost anything. So you can start a business. No credit check, no qualifying, no barriers to entry. So that's where you have to be. Assets, ladies and gentlemen. Assets. Even if you have the assets, because this is what's happening to me right now, streams of income have to come in. Streams of income can get turned off depending on what's happening in the economy, what type of streams of income you have. Hey, Eric says, Brian P., I got to add some WDTE. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And speaking of WDTE, why don't we go see what that is? Why don't we go? Let me go. Man, I might have messed up. I think it changed. Remember that air flare? WDTE. Western. Let's see if this is Western. Invesco. Okay, if we're going to do Invesco, $8.13. No. That's not. Hold on a second. Okay, anyhow, I'll give you another one. High risk, high rewards, IVR. All right, that is high risk, high reward dividend stock. Hold on a second. I'm going to do something here real quick. Nah, I keep forgetting. That's a different. I hate these apps. When people use almost the same color apps and you click on the other app because I'm just looking for colors. I'm not even looking for name. Let's go see here. It says it's on a different stock exchange though. Defiance. Okay. Add it to the mix. How come this is giving me something else on Google? $44.18. Wow. So how do you determine the yield? How do you determine the profit that you make on an investment, ladies and gentlemen? Here's what you do when somebody tells you how much is made. So let's just say you're buying a business. And of course, they tout, we made $500,000 this year. So you should give me $5 or $6 million, according to what some people might try. But you're not a newbie. So what you do is you say, no. I want to see your tax returns. How much did you pay tax on out of that $500K? And then they start going, well, see, we had to take things down. I know you have to do your expenses. That's why they call it net operating income, right? After your expenses, generally it's going to be, well, it could be 50% or more, but we want to see the numbers. So that $500,000 a month is more likely around 200 to 250, let's say, thousand a month. that changes the whole equation, because 500,000 per month means this thing's valued way up there. 250,000 per month. Well, it's not valued nearly the same, because that's the profit. And I better see that on your tax returns too. And when you say I need to take off all this expenses, I get you. But see, I need to take off all those expenses too. So I have to buy it for what you claim on your tax return. So if you claim it only makes $150,000, how am I supposed to pay you like $4 million, $3 million? It's not going to happen. All right. Just letting you guys get an idea. So what do we want to do? We want to know how much you make. So I'll use the example. I'm not going to put this up on the page, but we're going to do $150,000. The guy is asking for $5 million. So what do? You do the $150,000, which is the net operating income. That's revenue minus expenses. We get down to 150,000, and then you divide it by $5 million. And the magic number is 3%. Now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the bank. Welcome to a treasury bond. Anybody can get 3% while you're sleeping. So why are you going to worry about risking it by paying $5 million for 3%? Does that even make any sense? We just talked about some stocks right now, except we left one out, ET. That's right. I got it, Brian P, for you. ET, Energy Transfer, 7.5%, low risk. Why bother? That doesn't make much sense, does it? I'm not going to do 3%. Have you lost your mind? Not going to happen. So therefore, this tells me I can't even pay $500,000 for this, which was my point originally. Because if you make 150,000, I ain't even going to. I'm trying to get this thing like at 1.25, 1.5. 1.5 gives me 10%. So I don't want 10%. So anyhow, just a short little financial lesson. The same rule works with your dividend stocks. So at $44.18, for instance, right? That is what the WDTE is, right? Right now, if you buy the stock today, $44.18, and it gave out, let's go see what that was. $2, I'll use the real number, 2.76 in a dividend. So we divide that by $44.18. Just this month, 6%. Just this month. Oh, no, wait. Hold on. WDTE, he says that's weekly dividends. I'm not familiar with WDTE. If that's weekly, that's even more impressive. 6.2%. Most people, as you can easily see, cap rate of 6.2. Come on, man. 6.2%. That's what you're getting as a return. Then why am I going to go through all the rigmarole about doing, oh, well, I might as well get in on it tonight, condo hotels, and then I get 6% when I could just put my money into something else and I'm fully liquid. That's what I don't understand, right? So think about this. What if next week it gives you 2 cents and now you had 8 cents, right? 40, let's go 8 cents. So 0.08 divided by 44.18. What if it's 8 cents? I mean, sorry, what am I saying? 8 cents, $2.76. And then let's just say it's half of that. And we go down, let's just say it's $1. So it's $3.76. I'm just giving a guess. So if we did $3.76 divided by 44.18, it's pretty simple. 8.5% in 2 weeks, not a year, 2 weeks. So this is a stock worth looking for. Now, when you get returns like this, study high risk, high rewards. I haven't studied it. I don't know about it. Victor Morrell just sprang this on us tonight, and I thank him very much for this. Mr. Retiree, then keeps popping some things off. He's still studying out here, ladies and gentlemen. That's awesome to see. All right, here we go. WDT used to be JEPY. It's a Defiance fund. Oh, I didn't realize this. Uh-oh. They done changed over. I love it. Vanessa Comagate is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Financial Friday Night live stream with that icon. I humbly appreciate. And when Vanessa Comagate's in the house, ladies and gentlemen, you just never know. She's known as the seamless genius in this YouTube street. Anything can pop off because she's always in there cooking up something. She's in there cooking up some stew because she's a entrepreneur. And she brings her tagline this evening. Hey, Boston SSN fam. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you. Very, very happy to see you this Friday evening. And everybody who's watching and around the world, smash that like button. And I take that around the world part lightly because YouTube doesn't like to show our stuff around the world for some reason. So all the reason more to share it with your friends around the world. All right. Victor Morrell says the manager for WDTE does daily option trading. Meaning they open the position in the morning and close it by the end of the day. Whatever they collect in premiums, they distribute. They're doing income stock trading as well. Oh my God, this is very, very powerful. These guys have millions of dollars, if not billions, at their disposal. So therefore, just a little 2 or 3 or 5% movement, that's a lot of money that they can distribute to their members, especially when there's 5 days a week most of the time. And all they need to do is just keep bringing in some cash every day. That's it. And it's possible. Wow. No wonder. Okay. I'm liking these ETFs. Exactly. This is the point in time because the thing switches up when the ETF price increases. And so therefore your yield goes lower. So this is why now is the best time to, people would say, buy a home. Yes, because if you're going to buy a home, it's because will a home cost less 2 or 3 years from now? See, that's the question. And history always shows, no, it's going to cost more. So you should, have to consider it before there's a mad rush when the interest rates get down there to 3.9, 3.5, and then people are going to be off the hook when they're trying to do something. Yes, we're all liking these ETFs. They just keep coming, especially with this new option income strategy. Because if you're going to trade every day and you have profit of some sort coming in and you're going to distribute that, people even if somebody said it's only 50 cents for the dividend or 75 cents, people can count on that. And at the end of the year, you're sitting there and going, that's 20, 25% or 30% return on your money. That's pretty significant. That's a pretty good churn right there. Victor dropping good bombs as usual. There you go. Exactly. He's getting ready to go on his worldwide tour, and now he's dropping some of these big bombs on us before he leaves. But I'm very happy he's here with us tonight. So everybody has their pen, pad, and paper. There's no excuse for you not to get in on this. And again, if you still haven't downloaded Robinhood and Webull and got your free stocks, please use the links down below in the description box. And let's see what else we have going on. Instagram. Again, if you are here, please go over. Eventually, we're stop struggling now on Instagram. I'm checking out something to see if we can actually get over 920. That's what I want to see. Every time people sign up at 915, 916, 917, then all of a sudden 4 or 5 people's removed. 918, 914, we're back down to 914 now. Could be 913, 910, 911 before the night ends. But all I'm trying to say is go over, sign up, and that would be greatly appreciated. We do live streams like right now. I'm live streaming on Instagram. So on a Friday night, which makes it very, very interesting. All right. At Vanessa Comagate from Victor Morrell, thanks. It's a jungle out there just trying to keep up with the big players and make money. Victor Morrell, you're laying down them big money plays, man. So thank you for sharing with us because the WDTE didn't even know about. Vanessa Comagate, at Victor Morrell, we appreciate you, brother. Exactly. Much appreciated. All right. People are loving this weekly dividend payments. I know this is pretty wild. This is like a paycheck. Friday is payday. That's very powerful. Just have set weekly income goal and the sky is the limit. Exactly. This is crazy. Did we get the numbers for YMAG and YMAX? Let me see what's happened. Let me go look, man. I should have something. I didn't get any notification though. I did it again. We're doing greens. I have some other stuff that's in the greens. Um, this is crazy. What the hell? How did what the huh? Okay. What's the I'm missing something. Hold on. Oh yeah, I'm missing something for sure. I'm looking for the oh, they don't even have it down here. Oh, something's changed in my account. Okay, we got to get into this after we go. And plus, it's not hooked up. Oh, it's YMAX. Okay, I see why. It's because I don't. Okay, we'll have to deal with this later. But yeah, I don't see the return. For that's weird. But then everybody's brokerage account is slightly different. All right. Hey, Eric, did you see those emails? Yeah, man. I saw an email that was of interest. And speaking of emails of interest, if you are interested in live, seeing us, some of the SSN Nation members in live, I will be there December 2nd, 3rd, and 4th in the Dominican Republic. Why? Because I want you to come along for the ride. You can come, and if you want to buy real estate, whether it's pre-construction, which is no credit check, no qualifying, no barriers to entry, or if you want to buy an existing resale, I suggest you come down because you need to know the lay of the land. You need to understand where the best place to invest for appreciation or the best place to invest where you just want to hang out and you don't really care about the appreciation. Now, if you're going to do short-term rentals, then you need to know where the hot spots are and what they are doing. It's one thing to see it online, a brochure, a video. It's a whole nother situation when you're there and you can understand the scale, the scope of what you're looking at, because the scale is off when you're just watching a video, right? So just keep that in mind. And you need to know where the streets are, what they look like. You'll have an understanding of where everybody's hanging out at and where most people want to stay right now or in the future potentially. You'll have all of that information day two. Day one, December 2nd, we're going to go see attorneys. And the reason why I like seeing attorneys first is because when we go there, you can ask any question. We don't have a clock and we don't have a price. Now, it does cost to come to our SSN Lifestyle Punta Cana Investors Forum, $199, but go sign up at SSN Lifestyle. That would be recommended. So the first day, December 2nd, we always go to the lawyers because some people, your first thing is you want to know legally what you can do. So you want to find out, this comes up all the time, residency, because you have, certain perks if you're a resident. Other times people may ask, what's Comfort Tour? And it changed. Comfort Tour has changed over the last few years. So it's always good to get the latest information. That's another thing. Then some people might ask, what about contracts and how do they work? Is things deeded? And yes, it's deeded in the DR for real estate. Or you might say, how much is it for me to start a business? I want an LLC. I want to start a business over here. Then you'll talk about that. So everybody knows what to do to start a business. These are just some of the perks. That's why we got to go see the lawyers. You also have to see the lawyers, any of our lawyers, because that helps you with opening up a bank account over there. Before you arrive, they set everything up. So you send everything in. And then when during the week, not the week, but the second, third, or fourth, you'll get a call. We'll be driving around. They'll say, hey, you're approved. Or before you get there, they'll say you have an appointment at 2 or on Tuesday at such and such time, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. We can get you in at the bank. That way you don't have to be in the bank 5 hours. You don't have to wait 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month to get a debit card. All this stuff is bypassed. And you might only be in there for 2.5 hours instead. All right. Because otherwise, you're going to be at the bank for like 7 hours in a lot of cases. So it always helps if you know somebody. So you can bypass, get approved up front, and just roll in. So that's what we do also for you. And also, we're going to see the bankers because Apex 47 was asking an appropriate question. If you're doing pre-construction or you're looking for resales, how do I finance it if I need to? And it varies depending on which bank. They're not all equal. And they don't seem like they compete against each other either. They're all they want to say, okay, we're all going to do 8.5 and 13% adjustable rate loans. I'm just like, crazy. But hey, that's what happens when you are in a closed loop system. They can do that. They're not in the United States banking system. So therefore, this overnight rates of 2 or 3%, they can't deal. So they have to deal with their own banking system. So that's why you pay a much higher interest rate. And that's why you should only buy real estate in the DR at a certain number. But that gives you an idea of the first, the second, third, and fourth. Those are the days that we go around. So you got to be there the second, third, and the fourth. Go over to SSN Lifestyle if this interests you and sign up, because you can talk about anything you want to with the attorneys. You may not even be looking for real estate. Maybe you're looking for business venture. So then you should be talking business. And you still need to know where the business centers are, what's happening, the lay of the land, where's the airport compared to which there's like 2 downtown Punta Canas, which is kind of funny. Punta Cana Village by the airport. And then if you say downtown, most people are like, oh, you mean Coco Bongo? I'm just like, no, I don't mean Coco Bongo. I mean Punta Cana Village. They're like, well, why didn't you say so? I'm like, what do you mean? That is downtown. They're like, no, we're over here at Jumbo Market downtown. I'm like, okay, we got to get this straight one day. All right. So we'll find out. One of these days, we'll get it straight. So I'm still not straight on it. I slip up. Okay. So back to the emails at hand. There was one that was very interesting. Kazang founder, former Vegas high roller to be sentenced to fraud. I saw that one. New branch foreclosures announced by U.S. banks. Who didn't see this coming? Seriously, with the advent of Zelle, where you can send money back and forth to people, with the advent of that, why you need to go to the bank? You have an ATM card. You really don't need to go to the bank that often, I wouldn't imagine. You want to do loans, you can do all that online too. So the only reason you're going to go to the bank is to feel some love because you're one of their special clients. but they're still saying it doesn't matter. We're still closing banks. So that's coming up, happening. It's been happening, actually. Banks are a thing of the past, quite frankly. They don't even keep money in them anymore. It's crazy. You might as well just go to the ATM machine. I mean, why stand in line just so you can withdraw money? Who's going to do that? The only thing is, though, you have caps on the ATM machines, depending on what state and city you're in. Some people have 1,000 caps, some 400, some 500, all depends. But that's one of the little problems that will come up as banks close, because you want some other services like, hey, I want to come in and talk to somebody about a loan and my options. You want to see people face to face versus on the phone. Sometimes I do. So that's the one little thing. But those centers cost money to operate. You got employees. You have the Wells Fargo, the Brinks truck coming. It costs money to operate a bank. You got to pay all the employees inside, security. It's easier just to cancel all that. You take out 100 locations, that's millions of dollars annually that you're saving. And it's not really any problem. You still have customers. They're not running away because, again, you can, as soon as they have the Zelle, you can send money to people. That pretty much opened everything up. And then you have other platforms too, right? Cash App or things like that. So again, thank you for the GeoMax ETF. Oh, I got hold on. Do I have the distribution schedule already? I think, I can't go to I can't put it on screen. We'll get blocked. You know that. So I can't put yeah. Thank you. Victor Morero sent it to me too. I saw it before where they had group A, B, C, D, and then Y Max and Y Mag is every week. And then one of the groups, A, B, C, D, comes up, and that's when they have their distribution. So A, B, C, and D are a week later, but still they're once a month. And let me see, they still have the groups. Yeah, they have the groups. So it doesn't really matter what group you're in, as long as Y Max and Y Mag is giving out weekly dividends. That's number one. The other guys that give out distributions monthly, I'll take some of that money that I get from Y Mag and put it over into, half of it goes into one of these others. So a sort of a mini diversification within the same YieldMax ETF funds. But nonetheless, making high rewards and getting high rewards for what you're actually also getting another share into, and maybe you're going a little lower risk. Because, of course, if you do high risk, then you should shift it to a lower risk. So that way you keep it. That's number one. So, again, is it crypto? You want to do crypto? Again, the recommendation, and it's only a recommendation, everybody has their own way. Bitcoin, Ethereum, those are the two. They're still going to rise. There's no reason to try to do all this other stuff. Just take your 20 to 25% every year increase, and whatever you want to do with it, do with it. But that's traditionally what's happening with Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now, you want to do something a little more trickier and play around with crypto, then Unstoppable Domain. We've talked about this for years. Whether you use it or not, you should get it, because there is no annual cost. There is no monthly cost, but you get to have a name. So we have a name, stopstrugglingnow.nft. So somebody can send me any top 350 crypto. You can send it. I don't have to give you any alphanumeric characters. All you have to do is stopstrugglingnow.crypto. That's another one. Stopstrugglingnow.nft, stopstrugglingnow.crypto, stopstrugglingnow.bitcoin. All of those are extensions. How much do they cost? How about $5 up to 30, 40, and of course specialty ones maybe $100. But that's a one-time fee. So that gives you a huge advantage. No, you can't lose it. But here's the biggest advantage, because since it's on the blockchain, the Polygon, you mint it on Polygon, and you can have a website at that spot, which also means the website's on the blockchain. So now, speaking of censorship, no censorship. They can't take it down. Now, it's not set up quite for that yet. Yes, you can put 1 page, 2 page, 3 page, 4 page websites. Yes, you can put videos and things like that on your stopstrugglingnow.crypto, ericbird.crypto. We could do it. Your business name or your name.crypto.wallet.nft.xxx.x. I mean, it's all over the place. All I'm saying is you could do it. It's that simple. All right, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you smash that like button. Okay, let's see. Victor Morel says the 50 base point cut last boosted the stock market, but it also caused our savings interest rates to drop. Yes, that is the key right there. The system is rigged against us. That's why we must invest. Exactly. Very well said. That's what you have to do, ladies and gentlemen. It is rigged against you. The guys are at the top are laughing at us because they have insider trading capabilities. They have advantages that you don't have. You can imagine. Let me ask you guys something. What if you're one of the hedge fund guys? You have billions of dollars, just a 1% market movement on any shares that you guys are actually targeting, which I don't even mean 1%. I mean something that just moved today, 3-4%. And it could be one of the big boys like a Tesla or Nvidia or whatever. If you have $100 million and something moves 2%, see, 10% would be 2 million. So making 10% of 100 million is 10 million. 2 million is still good. today. Of course, you're going to take your little 0.001% fee, but still, nobody's going to be mad at you for creating that type of profit if that's what you're producing every day. But these guys have insider trading. So what if they know certain shares are going to sell beforehand or increase in value or go down? What if you know? And you can buy in the overnight market or the early morning pre-market. And then, of course, it happens. And instead of getting the daily 2% return, you got 3% return because you even bought lower. So that is what these guys get to do. And Vanessa Comagate checks in too. Absolutely, it's rigged against the common man. Exactly. So that's why you have to do what they do. Question: does anyone here have any money tied up with Celsius Network? No. Okay, I shouldn't. $15 or something. Because when they started acting funky, I was just like trying to get everything out. So the only thing I wasn't able to get out was their own. It wasn't Celsius token. It was some other wrapped. It was like wrapped ETH or something like this. And it was a few $100. So they kept that and they would never release it. So again, no. If so, they sent an email this week where you could pull your coins via PayPal. I was able to pull my BTC and ETH funds. That's awesome. Yeah, I don't think I'm on their list because I was able to pull everything except for their wrap coin that they had. So I didn't have it stuck, but I'm glad you let us know because there are some people here. Might have to do an update. I didn't get anything on that. Please forward that to me, Victor Morero. I'll make a video about it too. Let other people know because there was people here in SSN Nation who may not be seeing this live stream right now, and they might find out that they can get their money apparently, which is kind of cool. It's very cool. All right, so unstoppable domain that I was talking about with crypto down below in the description box. Please use the link to sign up. That would be greatly appreciated. Also, the WhatsApp group. Make sure you sign up for the SSN Nation WhatsApp group. That link is not down below. That link is going to be dropped in the chat room. So you have to see it in the chat room to grab the link. Even though you join, I have to approve. We have a lot of people in WhatsApp that like to scam. So all these scammers are signing up. So it's very interesting. So I have to be careful on who I'm going to allow in. I've had to block so many people. It's ridiculous. Report, block, do all crazy stuff. Anyhow, there's the WhatsApp for the SSN Nation and Lifestyle. We don't even talk too much in this group, but every now and then we have posts like this Vistancia condos that are cheap, 2 bedrooms, 120 grand, 115 grand condo. Okay, that's an interesting price. That's a great price. 1 bedrooms, 59,000, 50,000. That's not bad. 2 bedrooms, 70-some thousand. Not bad either, right? So we need to see the contract. We need to see the contract because if the contract says that they can raise the price whenever they want to whatever they want to, then we have a problem because those prices aren't real. That's a CRISPR all over again. So that's the one key. I want to see where there's no price increase. Then we can start talking. But there's only 2 companies that have a no price increase clause. So I'm not expecting them to have one. But if they have the normal ICDV, then I want to see a cap. I want to see some cap that you're saying we if we do raise the price, we're not going up over X amount. So it makes it pretty simple, right? If you can live with an extra 10% price increase, then then you're going to sign. Makes it very easy versus waking up one day and getting a letter that it's 18% increase. Yes, it's really happened. That's Panorama Garden, Panorama Park inside Vista Cana. Because we had an attorney negotiated before they could do anything, but when we originally purchased it, it was 10% was the cap. So I'll give you an example. Pay the attorney a few $1,000s, a few, $1,000 to $2,000, right? They typically charge 1%. All right. So in this particular case, 123,000, a person who signed a contract without consorting with an attorney, 18%. So I'll just give you some numbers. I believe that's 145,000. I'm pretty sure. But 145,000-ish, they would have to now pay the difference of over $23,000 or thereabouts. But if you would have had the attorney, it would have been 135 because you would have been at 10%. So was that worth paying like $1,000 or $1,500 to save $8,500 or $10,000? The answer is a resounding yes. Or you could have been like at Zeba when they woke up and told people, oh, it's going to be 15%. One of the SSN Nation members also, like we say, go see a lawyer first before you sign contracts. She bought something for the mid 140s, 150, somewhere in there. 5% is what the attorney negotiated for her. So her price could only go up 5%. Everybody who signed a contract and said, I'm good, well, they got to pay 15% more. Costly. And that's why we go see lawyers, quite frankly. All right, Eric, just sent you the example of the Bitcoin email I received from Celsius Network. If you had any funds, you should have received it also. Exactly. All I had was their wrap token left. But I will double check because I'm pretty sure that's all I had in there, but we'll see what it looks like. All right. Thank you very much, Victor Marrero. I appreciate that. Let me see here. The Yomax ETF schedule is awesome. I got to talk. In fact, I should make a video about Yomax ETF. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Here is an example email I received. Okay, Celsius. Yes, I didn't get this Celsius. You're receiving this email because your claim is now available to collect at PayPal or Venmo. Claim code, claim distribution amount. Is this for you specifically? Is that what? Let me see. It's for you specifically. So then, okay, if you're with the Celsius creditor claims, then you should have received this. Okay. I see where this is going. Let's see. This was sent. Oh, this was sent a couple weeks ago. Jeez, that's a shame. Anything I received from Celsius, I might have just canceled it. I'd have been like, what is this? I just ignore Celsius. Let me go see. Let's go see if I got anything from Celsius. 923. Wow. I did get something. Oh, wait. I got a little kibble and bit of BTC in there. Yes. Oh, Victor Marrero. Yes, I have a little similar to a 0.00122. Yeah, I got like, kibbles and bits. It's like 0.002. 1219. Geesh. I got something else there apparently. I got 2 emails. Oh, this other one. No, the other one doesn't say anything. Because our records indicate you have not successfully received your Celsius distribution. Okay. Okay, so on the 916, I missed that one. Oops. I left some ETH in there as well. But again, it's kibbles and bits. It's probably the leftover, that little leftover crap that you have to do when you try to withdraw and do crazy stuff. Damn. Okay. Well, Victor Marrero, I got some BTC and ETH coming. And they sent out another message on the 23rd. I noticed yours is from the 16th. Mine is on the 23rd. So they're trying to be fair. Yep. 916. Yep. It's all in my. That is awesome. Okay. You will claim your distribution. All right. Well, then I got to make a video about this. Thanks. Because like I said, I just hit delete. I don't care about Celsius. Delete. wow, I got a little bit of BTC, little leftovers, some dust left. And the wrap, they're not giving me the wrap. It was like, oh man, it was a stable coin. It was a stable coin wrap. Now I remember this one because it was a special promo that they were doing, and it was $200 or $300. Nothing major, but still $200 or $300. You know, is still $200 or $300. So that was wrapped up that I couldn't withdraw. So I see they're not addressing that wrap, but it's okay. We'll see how this turns out. At least Celsius came through. I am still waiting for the emails from Hector and Miracle. Hector, yeah, Hector's like toasty toast. Yep, Hector. There's another one. I want to call it Olympic. I can't remember the name of it. Yeah, but pretty much nobody else. Nobody else. With the current price of BTC and ETH, you could be getting a nice chunk. Even a couple of $100 is better than nothing. Yes, exactly, because it's a lot more than it was back then. That's what's so funny about this. It could be error in our favor. That's how funny it is. I don't even care if it's $50. It's still something I thought was gone. I just hit the delete button for anything from Celsius. All right, but you're right about that. I don't really care what it is. It's going to be interesting. I'm going to have to go figure out how to get it. So I'll make a video about it because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that just hit that delete button just like me. So that's going to be funny as hell. All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, once again, let's get back to the crypto. Make sure you go to Unstoppable Domain, get your domain. Because again, if I tell you send a donation to stopstrugglingnow.crypto, and then you don't have to say, well, what kind of coin does it have to be in? No, it's the top 350. You just don't send some garbage coin. You're any of the top coins you can send. Just send to that address. And I like the anonymous feature of it as well. Well, for what, if you want to call it anonymous. It's just that it's anonymous out there, but eventually somebody can always figure out what you have based on the input. If somebody sends their input and says, this is Eric Birds, and it goes to there, you can track theirs, and then you can start tracking the other received person. But nonetheless, crypto was never really designed for anonymity. Just so everybody knows. All right, let's see. The roof, passive income. And by the way, you know, the promos have started going a little lax. So what I'll do is I'll play a little promo. Let's see. Let's go back. Every now and then we sometimes have new people here. So let me give you some little pedigree. Auction, real estate, land only, no credit check, no qualifying, no barriers to entry. Where do you go for land? You want 20 acres, you want 10 acres, you want 5 acres, you want a lot. Discountlots.com. Discountlots.com. Go over there, check it out, but don't just check Discount Lots out. If you decide to buy any acreage, any land, you have to go stand on it. You have to go look and see exactly where it is. Because I'm going to give you an example right now. In the Dominican Republic, Seven Palms has been showing a plane. I think it's called Volaville or something like this, where it's going to be a hotel where they're building a plane and people stay in that plane. All right. It's some of that's around the world. It exists already. So the way it looked in the renderings and everything was that's on the side of a mountain or on top of a mountain, and you could see the water. Now, all of a sudden, in the last few days, they started showing breaking ground. And I was like, well, wait a minute. This isn't even on the mountain where you could actually see the water, but their renderings made it exciting. Like you could see the water, you come out and sit in your jacuzzi and you could see the ocean from there. And I'm like, this can't be the same place. I got to double check. So I haven't double checked yet, but I'm pretty sure after I saw the video, I was like, wait, there's trees around there. It's down like by the road. I'm like, oh no, this isn't like some sort of retreat on the side of the mountain or on top, and you're just sitting there and the ocean breezes and, you know, getting the lay of the land, looking over it and having a nice chilled time. No, it doesn't appear to be that. So it's very, very interesting. So that's why you have to go. Then you have to know water, sewer. Where's it at? Are there meters out here somewhere? We need something, because you don't want to buy land first if you don't have access. And second, if you don't have water coming to it and electricity coming to it and sewer underneath it, that's going to be extra cost for you to get it there. And it's not going to be a pretty price. So you need to know all of these things. So with all that said, this means I have to bring up landauction.com. And mind you, this does not exist anymore. But some of the land that they used to sell at these auctions, guess where they're at? Discount lots. So that can actually give you somewhat of an idea on some of the places that they were selling these exact same type of lots. A lot of these lots are worthless, but sometimes there's always a few gems. So you have to study, just like anything else. It's part of studying. So check this out. This is a long time ago, another lifetime. But check this out. People might have seen this if you were doing real estate in the early 2000s, late 1999s, and you might have been up late night watching an infomercial or something. This is part of the infomercial. So check it out.
To order that free brochure, now is the time to do it. It's a free call and a free brochure. There's absolutely no obligation when you call. Do yourself a favor and order the free brochure and look it over. There are hundreds of properties to choose from. You may just be surprised at what you find. And like I said, it's free. So make that call. Start planning your future by owning real estate today. What did you think of the selection of properties that we had available for you?
Well, I thought that there was a vast selection of properties in different cities, in different counties, in different states. It was a spectacular, selection. And so for someone that does their homework, they can really get a lot of great buys.
There are a large variety of sizes and prices and locations, so I think that's fantastic. It just gives you a good opportunity to find the best parcel for you.
They have 100 or 150, 200 pieces of property, so there's something here for everybody. North Coast, South Coast, ocean, desert.
Well, actually, I've been on properties in California, in Utah, Nevada, Hawaii, and New Mexico.
What do you think of the variety of the property?
Absolutely. All over the United States. You guys have property in Hawaii, for God's sakes, for dirt cheap. I mean, you can't beat that.
$1,200 in Hawaii. 2003, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,009. 10,000.
The land is selling like crazy in there.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Young Gun in the building, making things happen. That's right. No credit check, no qualifying, no barriers to entry. Same thing. Same thing. You can even do this right now, but make sure you have a plan and make sure you get the right lot. All right. Okay. Now, I'm not going to be on too long because I have to get up early in the morning, but just wanted to say, George's Charles, emerging millionaire. Let me know how, if they started that villa for you. I'm pretty sure it should have started by now. So let me know how that's going. That would be exciting. Could be delivery like in the next 5, 6, 7 months. That'd be awesome. And anybody else, whatever you want to discuss, the chat room's always open. Always open. Boss, you look like you were a teenager and you was rolling with the big dogs early in life. Exactly. Like I said, I'll keep saying it all the time. I would never trade my life for anybody's in the world. Nobody's. And hey, I'm about to go through another lifetime. All right, we're going to do another lifetime. The next 20 years is another lifetime. So this is why I have to retire in two. I don't know if you know, but I'm going to in 20. What do we got? 2.5 years, 2 years and 10 months. That's it. After 2 years and 10 months, I'm done with doing the videos. And then after that, it's another lifetime. I'm going to start the other lifetime shortly before that, but we got another lifetime. So I'm going to be hanging out. We're going to be Mr. Worldwide once again. And I won't be doing any live streams or nothing. I won't be doing anything. Maybe every now and then pop in, make a video where I'm at and say, hey, this is where I'm at, and talk something, but retirement mode. All right. Won't be doing anything. I'll be back to retirement mode. I mean, it's kind of like, but yeah. It's that was wild times. Yeah, you saw that was the Hilton in LA over by Universal. So, and it's not Friday night, so I won't give a story. I won't do the story now. But Friday night story nights now, not wait a minute. It is Friday night. What am I saying? It is Friday night. My nights are all jumbled in my head. I'm thinking I got to do stuff on Sunday and I got to do stuff on Monday. It is Friday night, so it is story night. So, okay, we got at the Hilton. That's the Hilton. And this is one of the first few that I went to. So I bought some things, and as I'm leaving, they said, hey, why don't you go over here and talk to the lady over there doing the film thing? Do you mind? I was like, hell no, I don't mind. I'm used to doing talking. No worries, let's go. So I went over there and they just gave that little clip. But I told part of this story before, is that I did that video, and that video was probably I don't know when it was, though. It probably was on the screen, but it must have been like somewhere like 2000, 1999, maybe something like that. That's my guess. So anyhow, that is like the second or third auction. Yeah, it had to be, because they're in LA and I went to the one in the Bay Area. So it has to at least be the second or third one. And I bought at each one. And so now I'm here and I bought down here. And that's when they said, hey, why don't you go over and talk to the lady when you're done? They want to interview you. And that's when I said, okay, I'll go over. And I talked to them. So I don't think anything about it. So it's like a year and a half, 2 years later, I'm going to LA again. And it's also at the Universal, I think. I'm signing in. This girl looks up. She works for Land Auction. She looks up, looks at me, writes in my name, looks up again, and she goes, I know you. And I'm just like, what do you mean? She's like, you're in our infomercials. I'm like, what do you mean I'm in your infomercials? I said, I've seen the infomercials. I'm not in any infomercials that you guys have. She goes, oh, no, you are. And come to find out, she actually did the production on that infomercial. That's the reason why I have it to this day. And so from that point on, when she saw me, she goes, hey, you're not VIP. How come you're not VIP? She goes, oh, no, you're VIP. Everybody in the office knows who you are because you buy stuff. And then within the month, you pay it off. So I was telling her, yeah, because I put them on eBay and I buy them so cheap that I can put them on eBay for a 7-day auction. And then I sell them. So that night after the auction, they're on eBay. Because I already took pictures when I went to go look at the land. Smart, right? You're actually out there, so you might as well take pictures. So in case you do buy it, you're already locked and loaded. So auction's over at 4 in the day. I'm usually at the computer within 2-3 hours, loading up the pictures, loading up the stuff, putting the 7-day. 7-day auction comes back. Sometimes $5,000, sometimes $3,000, sometimes 10, sometimes 15, sometimes 20. So exponentials is what I always talk about. So if I can get 3,000 on one lot, so why wouldn't I get 3 lots? So I'd have $10,000 or $9,000 in a week. So that's what I started doing. So by the time I saw her, I was already on that plan. 3, 4, 5. The most I ever bought was 7 lots or 7 pieces of property, because I don't remember if they're all lots. Some were like 2 acres, I think. But I think most of the time they were actually city lots because I always wanted water, sewer, electricity coming to the lot. I'd never buy a lot without that. And so that's how it all started, where I became VIP. Now, what happens when you become VIP? So now I'm thinking, okay, VIP, what, you're going to give me a hat? You're going to have a special seating for me up front or some nonsense? She's like, oh, you don't know? I said, no, what? She's like, no, the next auction is going to be in Miami. I was like, Miami? You having an auction in Miami? She's like, yeah. VIP means we're taking you, giving you a ticket and a place to stay in South Beach. The only requirement we have is that you come to the auction. I said, this is what I do. Of course I'm coming to the auction. What do you mean? So this is when it started, the love affair with land auction, because at that time, now, again, I have an advantage. I'm in California. They're selling in Arizona and Phoenix, Texas. But what you guys don't understand is some of the properties that they're selling in those states, California, Hawaii, which I didn't go to Hawaii to look at stuff, but Hawaii, California, they would always have like 3 or 4 lots somewhere in California, somewhere by a lake. Then they would have a couple lots in the big island of Hawaii in that volcanic zone, which I'd always tell everybody when they would ask me, hey, man, what do you think? I said, don't buy it. I just tell them straight up. I say, hey, did you go over there and look at it? No, then don't buy it. If you didn't go look at any property, then don't buy it. You don't know what you're buying, so don't buy it. You didn't go to Hawaii, so don't buy it. What are you thinking about? It's like crazy. So, and those lots in Hawaii that you can actually buy in Hawaii for like $5,000 or $10,000 at the time, there were people at the auction $25,000, $30,000, $35,000, $40,000. So nonetheless, now I'm VIP, me and the wife wasn't my wife, but I get her and I say, hey, we're going to Miami. She's like, what do you mean? I said, yeah, these guys land auction, Miami, hotel at South Beach, and some food vouchers. And they were going to actually give me money. But as always, I'm forego the extra money. I said, how much is the flight? So you got to get the wife. Wasn't the wife at the time, but got to get her on a flight. And whatever's left over, that's cool. So I had some vouchers for food and I'm just chilling. And here's the beauty of it. The auction's on Saturday. When do you want to come and when do you want to leave? I could be there 5 days. I'm there 5 days. We're there 5 days. I'm like, and if you can let me hang by Lincoln Road instead of South Beach, I'd like that better. So they found this nice little niche boutique, cool ass place by Lincoln Road. If people know what I'm talking about in Miami. So that's where we stay at. So then the next day, go to the auction at the Miami Beach Convention Center. And I buy like 2 pieces of property. You won't believe this. 2 acres in Port St. Lucie. That's right. Florida. I saw it on the list. That's where my aunt used to live. And so I knew where it was. I actually went up because grandma's house is in Fort Pierce, which is right next door to Port St. Lucie. So I go look at it. And sure enough, it's in the gated community on the backside where my aunt lives. But they haven't started building on that road. It's just like there's 2 roads over and there's not any building at all. It's like it just looks like regular. That's all that's going to be built. 2 acres. So I flipped the 2 acres after the auction within a week because it was not the Port St. Lucie cost now, but it was still coming up. And I think I bought it for like 2 G's or something. Nobody wanted it. It was crazy. I was like, is this for real? I knew where it was and it was beautiful. Then I got another property in Shelter Cove in California for like another $2,000. And then I sold it on eBay for like $9,000. So it was a beautiful day. and hung out. So then the party was really on because now it's Las Vegas. Now it's New York City. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it was all. Now I'm just wherever there's a land auction, I'm there. And I don't have to pay to get there. It was awesome, except in Cali, of course. But any flights outside, they're just paying here. And I'm usually buying 1, 2, 3 properties. But I bought 7 at one auction. I wish I could remember which one it was. It was probably in the Bay. No, I don't know if it was the Bay Area. 7 properties, 7. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. All right. Amen. Enjoy life. I forgot it's Friday. I got story time. Eric, how much do you use Instagram in terms of monetization? I don't. That's the point. I don't. I don't. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe because I don't really sell anything or do it for monetization. I just kind of like post stuff up, help people. I am monetized, but I don't really use it for that, which I might start using it because we got the SSN Lifestyle Punta Cana Investors Forum coming up. Go to ssnlifestyle.com if you'd like to join us December 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Hotel, airfare not included, but it does cost $199 right now. Prices go up as soon as we get up to the 5th or 6th person. Just letting you know, an extra $50 per person. So get in now while you can. So, yeah, the monetization. Yeah, I'm monetized, but I don't utilize it. But I could utilize it. I should. Flipping land. Nice. Exactly. It was a beautiful thing. And you have to remember, this is in the upswing of the 2006, 2007 crisis, when all of a sudden, after like 1998, home prices were going up, land prices going up. They coincide. So that's when you want it, kind of like what's going to happen now or should happen now. Home prices start rising, land prices start acting equally volatile on the way up. So it was a perfect storm. And then, of course, when 2007 comes, 2008, that was very interesting because I was selling at Clear Lake. That was one of the hot spots. I had a lot directly across the street from one of the famous RV parks that's on the lake. So you could literally walk from my lot across the street, the RV park, be in the water, less than 100 yards. But it wasn't residential. It wasn't commercial. It was in this mixed use zone. So I could have put a store there. I could have done all this crazy stuff. One problem. There was some, I can't really remember now because it was so long ago, but there was some sort of restriction where I couldn't do the store. But they said I can do storage. So I was like, okay, all right, that makes sense. I'll do storage then. The RV parks across the street, people bring boats, RVs. They're going to need a place to park. Little did I know, when I started doing that, then I started getting the looking at the survey lines. The guy next door, he actually built on my lot by about a foot or two. So I go knock on his door, and the guy was home. Unbelievable, because he's never been home. Whenever I've been there, I knock on the door, the guy's there, and I say, hey, man, I own this place. He actually had a lock on it. And I'm like, dude, I was like, wait, he's like, yeah, man, I know you're never around, so I just locked it up. And then sometimes, I hope you don't mind, I put my truck or something over there. I'm like, dude, okay, great. You should have sent me a letter or something, but fine. I don't mind. But I'm just letting you know, I'm thinking about selling this. And come to find out, you're like 2 feet. It seems like you're 1.5 feet, 2 feet over. You actually built on my land. I'm like, so if I'm going to sell this to somebody, that may be a problem. And they're going to know about it. So whether they buy it or not, somebody could walk over here, even me right now, and I can get the city to come here and we'd be like, you got to move over. And we're going to talk about that easement as well. You know what he does? He says, I'll give you $25,000 for it right now. I said, what? Are you serious? Because I'm like, I bought it for $3,000. So I'm like, okay, that's pretty interesting. So then I said, nah, I'll think about it, man. So he says, well, take my number down, call me up. So I call him up and I said, you know what? I thought about it. I think I'll take 40. He says, 40? I said, yeah, I'm not really trying to sell it. He's like, well, okay, let me think about it. He calls me back up. He says, 36. Sold. I was like, yeah, sold, no problem. So this is what was going on because he was on my lot. So now he would then come to find out he was buying up other lots along the road for years. And unfortunately, the Canocti Beach Club, or it wasn't called Beach Club, but Canocti Resort and Concert Series they used to have there at casino. It was on the lake. It was awesome. And then 2 years later, after I sold it, they closed it down. That changed the whole landscape because it used to have this entertainment capital in that area. It was the only place for miles so they had this influx of people, thousands of people. They had a hotel there up the way, everything. And then they had the RV park across the street, which was world famous. And so they had this ecosystem going. But when they got rid of that casino amphitheater thing, it blew everything up to hell. But luckily, I was already out. Another lot that I had was I was going to build a house on cost me $3,500 with lake view. That was cool. So that's a whole nother ball game too. That's when I started learning about building, because I was like, I was going to do it from scratch. I was going to deal with the guy in that area. And so we had everything done. That's when I had to go down to the building department, tell them, you could have a 20 feet deep by 24 foot wide garage. So I'm building this house that's going to be for the stars. We're talking 4,500 square feet, 2 levels. I go down to the building guys. I'm not even the architect or nothing, but I wrote it down. I go down there. I faxed it to him originally. I go there to the office and I said, look, forget the 24 by 20 thing. I said, that's nice. But what I want to do is, because I have lake view up front, can I go 30 some deep? Will you let me go 30 some deep by like 15 feet wide? And he's like, I see what you're trying to do. I said, right, because on the second floor, we're going to have a long ass deck up there with barbecue grills, saunas, hot tubs, all this stuff. He's like, oh, I said, yeah, because the artists, when they come, they can pull the limo into the driveway or into the garage. So that's why I needed extra deep. He says, hell yeah, I'm signing off on that. And that's when a home you could build for, I can't remember, it was 300 and some. And I think it sold about 650, something like that. So that's another little spot, golf course, clubhouse, pool. Oh, it's off the charts. It's off the charts. So that's also what happened. Timing is everything when it comes to real estate, just like what's about to happen right now, in my opinion. A lot of people think real estate's going to go down. So anyhow, that's the story. Land auction. And I guess I'll tell you one more story, since it's story night too. Friday nights are story night. Okay, so keep in mind, landauction.com is not the only one that does this. There's a guy that was on the East Coast up in Tennessee called Talcon Auctions, Talcon Auctions. This guy goes around to these country club locations. They literally in the Southeast, there's a lot of places that have golf courses. They were going to be designed where they have a clubhouse, a golf course, a community where people could live, and just a nice, I call them Fairfield communities is what they used to be called. This guy, I call him up and I said, hey man, you say you are in these, you do auctions for people who have lots in these Fairfield community type places. He goes, yes. So I start talking to him saying, hey, okay, here's what I want to do. I saw some things on your list, like Fairfield. Damn, I can't remember. It's in Tennessee. Fairfield. I want to say it's not Nashville. It's none of that. It's like Murfreesboro or something like that. It's around there. But anyhow, I can't remember the name of it. It's a long time ago. But he goes, yes, I'm having an auction. All these people, now they had to pay, like their HOA was, I think it was $100, 121, if I'm not mistaken, 121 a month for a lot. So all these people, keep in mind, back in the day, building a lot, people they weren't really in tune to that. They would go down to a builder. The builder would say some number. Then they would say, this is how you have to pay for it. The people would be like, nah. So now I know if I have the land and the land is worth something, I can get a construction loan against the land. I don't even need any money out of pocket. So, but I'm not trying to build at this Fairfield place. So the guy has an auction. It gets crazy. I actually get aerial photos. He actually goes out to the lots because he goes and marks them off because he has the auction in real life at the lot. So I'm just like, okay, I'll look at his pictures. He starts shooting it. So now I tell my sister, I tell my family, because the guy is starting off the bidding at $100 for these lots. And they're going to sell for whatever they go for. That day, I bought 3 lots. My sister bought like 2 or 3 lots. I don't think any other family members bought any. So in fact, I bought 4 lots. She bought 3. So I had 4. Each lot cost me $300. Okay. So imagine me buying the lots, 4 lots for $1,200 plus a 10%. So $1,350. Some of these lots that got auctioned off, some people that lived there didn't, for whatever reason, know about the auction. I get a call from a guy that says, hey, I'll give you $1,500 for one of these lots. So I looked at it. It was over by this water runs on the side of the lot. I was like, sure, why not? So I was like, fine. Now that pays for all of my stuff. So now I could keep them if I wanted to. But then I got some more calls. Next guy says, I'll give you $2,500. Fine. So I didn't care. It's in Tennessee. I was like, I'm never going to do anything over there. So I sold all of my stuff like within a week without even advertising, without even doing anything. It was crazy. My sister, on the other hand, even to this day, she hasn't built. She doesn't do anything. She just keeps paying the HOA fee. I can't believe it. We're talking about damn near 20 years. Over 20 years. Crazy. I don't get it. But anyhow, yeah, I just gave those up. But here's the kicker. With land auction and Talcon auctions, I had the best deal of the century. You guys already know about the traveling. But how about the advantage? This is where the top 1%ers always get the OCs. So you're going to the auction knowing you have to put down 10% or $1,000, whichever is more, for your auction bid, right? Meanwhile, I roll in whatever I buy. I don't have to do anything. I just sign. So now you can see I can buy 7 properties, put nothing down, sign. We'll see you later. We know you're good because I have 100% been good, because within 30 days, they're all going to be paid off. It's been the tradition. So they're just like, he's good. We going to see it the next one or what? So I have an advantage. So when I buy something, I just sign and leave. Other people buy something, they're like, I bought this for 15 grand. Okay, here's 1,500. You know, you're going to have payments within the 30 days because they did monthly payments, and plus the fee, 10%. So you got to pay, well, actually 10% would be 1,500 plus 1,500 down. So actually 3,000 down. I get to walk. So big difference. I have a huge advantage. No money out of pocket, flying there for free, staying there for free, and putting them up on eBay for free. I mean, can't get any better than that. And real money coming back. Derivative is basically what I was doing. So that's why at one time the 7 was the most I ever bought at one auction. And it was crazy because it had to do with Shelter Cove. It had to do with Clear Lake. It had to do with a bunch of stuff that I knew I could off and just by putting them on eBay. And even if they only made like, if I bought these somewhere between 1,500 and 3,500. So even if I was making 3,000 per each one, we're talking 20 G's in a matter of 2 weeks, because all 7 I didn't have them listed at the same time. But in 2 weeks, we have 21 G's or more. So that's not bad. So you could see I'm hunting. When's the next auction? When's the next auction? Then when I got Talcon, he let me do the same thing. Because I told him, I do with this with land auction. Can I do this with you? And he was just like, well, I'm the auctioneer and I'm actually running this whole show. Doesn't matter to me as long as you pay me within 30 days. I said, that's what I do. So then he was letting me have the same credit. He says, I don't have, all you have to do. I wasn't there. I would just be listening on the computer. I think that's how he did it. I can't remember, but I just listened to the auction. And before the auction started, I would tell him which lots I wanted. So he would already know when he's doing the auction himself, he knows Eric wants these items. And if it stays within this price point, bid it up more. And that's what he did. So he started his auctions at $0, $1, $50, $100. So when we were at Fairfield, it's like 150, 250, 275, going once, going twice, sold. So that's how I was winning those auctions. Didn't have to sign anything. He would just send me something, fax something to me. I would sign it, mail it back to him. No money. 3 weeks later, send him the money. Crazy stuff. Yeah, I know, man. VIP. This is what I'm keep saying. While a lot of people are out here working, doing something, when a person has inside trading, when they have an advantage, like a lot of rich people have advantages, and people go, well, how did they did put in hard work, but oftentimes you have a little advantage that other people don't have. So that's why I always stress about to you guys when I say these derivatives. If somebody can get a loan that's interest only for 10 years, they're going to win a lot more than somebody who has to actually say, well, I got to actually put down 20% and pay the principal and interest. That's a whole different ball game. It's much different when the guy can say, sign, interest only, low percentage rate for 10 years or 15. They have a huge advantage over you. Just like I had a huge advantage over anybody that was at the auction, besides the other VIP guys, probably, same thing. But the point is, all I had to do was bid, sign, go. That's a huge advantage because I didn't have to worry about money. I didn't have to worry about anything. I didn't have to worry about how much is on the card, or do I have a limit for the day I have to bring multiple cards or cash. I didn't bring anything other than just an ID. So I could leave, sign, good. Next week, they're on top of it because we're going to be at Chicago Title. I think it was Chicago Title. I'm pretty sure that's who it was. They used a couple, but I think Chicago Title was the main one. So they're just sending the docs to Chicago Title. Back then, we could flip it in-house. So I'll give you an example. Some states you can still do this. I bought it for let's call it $3,000. Okay. So what they would do, Chicago title, I have to go, it's going to run through title. But before they can run it through title, because remember, title doesn't close in 7 days. Back in the day, 7 days wasn't a thing, or 10 days or 15 days. They're going to send documents to me. They're going to sign and notarize. I'm going to sign and notarize. We send it to Chicago title. Well, that's mail. So by the time Chicago title has it, I call up Chicago title and say, hey, add on another title on the same one because I have this buyer and I already have the money for it. And they're just like, what? I said, yeah, I already have the money for it. And they're like, really? I said, yeah, we're going to do a double closing. So again, 3,000, 10,000 goes in the account. And then I just get a check, 6,500 or whatever it was, 6Gs, 6,500. So it was seamless. So Chicago title, they love me too. I was doing business. And there was Fidelity at one time. So again, story night. So that's a long story. But anyhow, I got to run. That was too long because I got to get up early in the morning. But we're going to close this out. Hopefully you'll see us on Monday at 8:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't know where I'll be, but I'll be in Cali. All right. So we'll see. I'll be with some friends in Cali or somewhere. I don't know where I'm going to be in Cali right now, but I'm landing there tomorrow afternoon. And I got a lot to do because, you know, we keep cars in certain locations. There's one in Cali, stuff in Cali, mobile, get our mobility, right? Got to have a car over there, right? So got to pull that out of storage. So we'll be driving around, but we'll be busy. Driving around, getting everything all situated with that, and then staying there and hanging out with family, friends, and doing some things over there. No business, though, unfortunately. This is more of a hospital visit, doctor visit, family visit, and then turn around and come back. And then finish up some other family business over here. But anyhow, that's what we're doing. I'll see you on Monday, 8:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be talking about some more income, passive income, real estates, no stories, trying to leave these for Friday night because we still have over 2 years of stories to do. So that means it's close to 140 more stories to go. I do have 140, by the way. I've had a hell of a life. You guys are going to listen to them, hopefully, and we'll have a little fun. Anyhow, you'll learn some more about me over this next 2 years that I probably have not talked about. There'll be some stories that come up, but we'll see how it all goes down. By the way, I guess I should give a shout out to Brad Evans. Brad Easy Loans Evans. If you're in California and you have land and you want to build something, Brad Easy Loan Evans. I can't remember his website. It's bradeasyloans.com or Brad Evans. No, it's Brad. I don't know. Just Google it. I'm sure he'll come up. That's who I used to go through. Construction loans. No credit check, no qualifying, no barriers to entry. I'm just saying. So if you're over there in Cali, I'll repeat, and you need a loan and you have land, your land is valued at a certain number. You can collateralize that land to get your building loan. He will help facilitate. He will actually do it. He should even be bigger than he used to be if he's still doing it. I'm pretty sure I Googled it, a year ago. He's still doing it. I still get emails too. So I don't know if it's him personally, but they're still in that business. So that's another little way that, again, OCs, if you know about it, you have an advantage. Because now no credit check, no qualifying, no barriers to entry. My land is used as collateral. We can start the pre-construction. And once you build it, you give him back his money. And because it's California, the property values well outweigh the build cost. But there is a cap, though. I don't know what his cap is these days because home prices cost way more than they used to 20 years ago, 25 years ago. So just keep him in mind. And hey, you can say, Eric told me to call you, man. And you'll be like, what? Yeah, me and him haven't done business in like 20 some years. In the early 2000s, late 1990s, early 2000s. So that's a long time. And I haven't really talked to him since. But just letting you guys know that is an option. That's how we do it. All right. So once you get into the game, you find all these people that can facilitate things that don't really advertise, that's not really out there. So hopefully that helps anybody out. If you're in Cali, though, he doesn't do it outside of Cali, and I don't even know if he does it outside of Northern Cali. But you can always call him up and check. If you have land, you want to build something, that's the man. And he's been doing it for, I would guess, 30 years minimum. Seriously. So all I can say is that's the guy. I'll give you a little tips. With all that said, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And now I see Tees1 over at Instagram. Thank you so much. Make sure you subscribe, but at Instagram, make sure you follow at Instagram. Make sure you guys go over there to Instagram and sign up. And let me know what you see as far as followers on Instagram, because last time I looked, it was 914. Paul Castillo signed up. I went to go look. It was at like 917. Then now it dropped back down to 914. So I'm just like, okay, they're doing their usual. So we'll see. So that's why I'm trying to get, 5 to 10 people to hopefully go sign up so we can get to the 920s and see if it stays over 920s. So we need like 7 or 8 people. But Tees1, thank you for joining the live stream. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that little story for the last 30 minutes. But next Friday, there'll be another story. And with all that said, make sure you stay safe out here. A lot of people are going through stress because of living paycheck to paycheck. A lot of people are going through stress because of all kind of various reasons. But make sure you keep a level head, not put yourself in danger for somebody else acting kind of crazy. And with all that said, keep your head up, keep moving, and I'm out.